So, we're back with the blue graveler bike yet again. This time, I have a handlebar upgrade for it. I've also got a handbrake upgrade to go on the front here. However, I have never installed one of those from scratch from a kit yet, and I don't have the right kind of cutters for the cable housing yet. But I will eventually. For now, though, we're going to do a simple upgrade on this bike and make it a big BMX. These are the parts that I have to do the upgrade with. This is a stem off of a kid's bike, but it's still plenty good for adult use, and it's even used on some of the really cheap adult bikes. It's just the 1-bolt type stem versus the 4-bolt. However, there's a good reason why I'm using that, and it's because of this. This is a set of 26-inch across handlebars that I ripped off of a girl's BMX. They were white, but I carefully repainted them matte black, and they came out really well, and I did the nice textured finish I like to do with matte black paint, and it almost looks like spray-on bed liner. You do this by first giving it 1 or 2 good coats, and then giving it a couple more coats after that by spraying it at a distance, so it just speckles all over it, and it gives you that nice look. It's what I did for these mountain bike handlebars, and this is going to be quite the upgrade. But first, I need to mount these into this, and I have to try and do it without scratching anything, or I'm going to be doing more painting. Yeah, that'll be real fun. But these parts are not original to each other. They are from completely different bikes. But the stem from the bike that these handlebars came from was almost identical anyways, possibly even the same manufacturer. But this is an upgrade I originally wanted to do when I built this bike, but I just didn't have the parts. And since these were free, I can't turn down using them. Unfortunately, there was some minor paint scrapage down at the base here. You can see where the paint's wet. Just right in there, in the center part, the paint scraped when I was getting it inside of there. But that was the only part. The rest of it came out just fine. So that's going to need some hours or maybe even a day to fully dry, because as soon as that's dry, I'm going to have to come back and speckle it with the matte black to retain the same finish. I have these black handle grips, less than $2 shipping included, from China. The only problem is they take nearly a month to arrive. Wah wah. The new handlebar setup has been successfully repainted and touched up. I had it all good and completed last night, and then my cat decided to run and jump on the platform that I had this drying on and totally ruined it, and I had to redo it. But yeah, it looks good now. I know that this isn't the sort of setup one would typically use for a BMX conversion, but again, free. These parts from 2 separate bikes were both free. I can't argue with that, and I also can't argue with the width of these handlebars, which is just perfect for what I need them for on this. So, without further ado of the multi-tool giving us the finger, let's remove this mountain bike stem. I admit I was rather attached to it being on here. But this is a change for the better. And we're going to need a 13 millimeter, is it a, yeah, 13 millimeter. And we're gonna BMX this thing. Aha. Look at that. I want to make sure that the steering shaft is straight so I can get it properly done. But yeah, this is way more. I just realized something. The lower steering column is backwards. Or the fork is backwards. I was so caught up on getting the new bars on that I wasn't even paying attention to that. There we go. Well, this wouldn't be a jank workshop if it didn't have little hiccups here and there. And noise from the road. Alright, new bars on. And now, there's something I want to test. This is off the same girl's bike that the handlebars came from. And I want to mock up to see whether or not I can put handbrakes on this, because, oh dear. You can see I'm not used to taking these off. I want to see if I can put handbrakes on this, because this frame wasn't originally designed to mount 26-inch wheels. They were originally 27s, I think. 27 1 1/4 in this. But yeah, look at that. And then, ooh, baby. I was gonna put a brand new handbrake on, but I think I'm just gonna use this one, as this is already set up and ready to go. I mean, look, the distance is just perfect on it. I was worried that this shaft and stem would be too tall, but no, it's just right. All I gotta do is put better brake pads on, and then we're golden. Alright, let's do that. These are new brake pads courtesy of my local bike shop. $3 each. Excellent deal, because they're even more on eBay. I mean, I don't really shop Amazon, so I can't say if Amazon's cheaper, but I don't have an Amazon account anymore, so eBay it is. Normally I wouldn't care about keeping these white brake pads from the girl's bike, but they're old. And I wouldn't call them safe to use. 10 millimeter. And you can see the difference there. The old whitey, the new blackie. I can just feel the old dry rubber with these. And even if I'd gone and run them, they wouldn't have lasted much longer. If there's one thing I know, it's that black rubber is always superior to white rubber. when they make white rubber, they have to change the compound so much that it degrades differently. White bicycle tires oftentimes degrade far faster than black ones. That's because of the compound differences. Yeah, that stops pretty good. Alright. Now we just need to get this further down. And we'll just get that a bit hand tight. We're coming off of a girl's child bike. This part isn't bad. It required a little bit of repair, but so what? For $6 in brake pads, I can deal. I've got the foam grips from China, like $1.47, free shipping, something like that. But their cheapest color was in black. They wanted like $2 for any other color, so black it was. The only problem is it took them nearly a month to arrive. I should practically be ordering these in bulk, but this is my first time mounting a set of them. And again, I have no air compressor, so I have to put these on the old-fashioned way. Yeah, there's no way that these are going on without WD-40. If you don't have an air compressor, then you squirt a bit of WD-40 into the handle grip. Be careful not to overdo it, otherwise it won't dry out fast enough. Slow and steady. Just keep twisting. Get a good grip on it. Oh, you really want to fight me, don't you? There's just a ½ inch left. And I can't get it, so I'm gonna find my rubber grip gloves. I should have had these in my workshop to begin with, but I used them for something else the other day. So on they go, eat at Joe's. Oh yeah. Now for the little end cap, and oh, that's perfect. Look at that. Now we just need to do the other side. Alright. I'm glad these are identical both ways, so you don't have to worry about which way you're sticking it on. Oh, that's much faster with the gloves on. My wrist is cracking though. Almost there. And then the end cap. Solid. Now let's see here. Angle wise, let's put it down a little bit. Look at that. That is perfect. coaster brake in the back, handbrake in the front. But we're not done yet. Oh no, we're not. Now I'm gonna change out the pedals, and I'm gonna put the stuff that was on the other handlebars on here too, like the bell. I'm going to use these Chinese pieces of crap called Promend. I'm gonna tell you people right now, do not order these. These were the cheapest metal mountain bike pedals that I could find on eBay, and when they arrived, not only do they look a bit undersized, but their bearings were so tight on both of them that they would hardly turn, and I had to loosen them up a bit forcibly and then just leave them soaking for 2 weeks in lube. And so now they're good enough. As soon as this is done, I'm taking my dog out for a ride. And there we go. I have successfully bmx-ified the blue graveler. And now just for the last couple of details. So what if it's a bell off of a children's bike? It's got a much better mount on it than most I've seen. Alright. There's the bell. School's out. Now we just need to take the reflector off of these handlebars. I feel a bit sorry for these motive handlebars because what else are they going to be used for? Unless I happen to build another one of these, but since I prefer the BMX trope, these may never be used again, sadly. Because I already have another one of these stems here to equip another one of this type of bar if I happen to get my hands on more free bars like this. There we go. And done. It's painting right forward. Look at that. We're all done.